A, class B, and class C. These are uniquest IP addresses, and we are using for a networking purpose. Class A range is 0 to 127. Of course, 0 series, 127 series we are not using, and 120, 128 to 191 is a class B. Class C is 192 to 223. Okay, guys. In IP addresses, IP address is actually two parts. One is network portion, another is host portion. Network portion and host portion. Network portion. I'll give one small example, guys. Your batch 14, right? So, simple example I give. I want to assign a roll numbers for you. Here, a serious number also not assigned, but I want to assign a roll number, for example. Okay, so 0, 1, 0, 2, like this. I'm assigning numbers. Okay, these are the, like I'm assigning a roll number, but I want to specify your batch number. For example, like this. So now we can understand this person from the batch number 14, roll number 1. This number like a batch number 14 and roll number is 4. Means what is the common batch number? What is the difference? Individual roll numbers. Okay. For example, this is a number is there. For example, 1302, 1303. 1304. Okay, we can understand like this. Okay, so we can understand this is the batch number, this is the roll number. So what is the difference between these two? There are separate batches. This is 13th batch, this is 14th batch. So both are separate batches. The same way we can understand in the as per the IP addresses. So which is the same network, which is the different network? Which one is the same network? Which one is the different network? Based on the network portion and host portion. Guys, remember always, both devices network ID is same, so they will communicate each other. Okay, so we can call them as they are in the same network. Okay, device must be in the same network to communicate each other. Meaning is the device network portion must be same. The device's IP address. Okay, devices IP address. Sorry. Network portion must be same. Device IP address. Devices IP address. Okay, IP addresses. This is correct. Network portion must be same, or a network ID must be same. Okay, so that is the point, guys. This is a different point. This is a point is if you have two different networks, compulsory two different networks, not by mistake. Okay, it is two different networks are there. To communicate between two different networks, we need a router. Okay. So network portion and host portion. Okay. So if you take an example of class C, the class C network portion is first three are network portions, last portion is host portions. For a class B, first two are network portions, remaining is a host portion. Okay. First portion is network portion, remaining are host portion for a class A. Okay, the class C, class B, class A. The class A IP address first portion is network portion means if first portion is same for a two or more devices, they are in the same network. Remaining host portion is already tell is individual identity. Individual identity. Okay. So here I'm writing some IP address, guys. I think I already given one example here. So, so I'm not tying new one. So I'm giving the old information only because no one is speaking. So I'm down here getting energy for that one. Okay, look at this one, guys. I have a two PCs are there. It means two computers or three computers, four computers or something like. I have a computers in my network. Think like this. I have a computers in my network. The first computer is a PC1. IP address is 127.16.10.330. PC2 170.16.100.12. Okay. So if you check it, what is this? Which class? It is a class B. It is a class B. So what is the class B? Class B, first two portions are network portions, second two are a host portion. See this is the network portion. The network portion is same for both PCs. So they will communicate each other. I got a PC3 is also there. So I have a third computer PC3. And check it is also a class B and check their network portion. So first two are network portions, they are same. So PC1, PC2, PC3 will communicate. And if you go to this, check the network portion because it's also a same series class B. 127 is there and here 16, here 17. Because of this 17, okay, both are different networks. This is same, but this is different. Okay. This is different part. Just understand. So I have four computers. Out of four computers, three computers are same network. The fourth one is different network because of the network portion is not same. Okay.
So, sir, I had a doubt.
Tell me.
Sir, how to identify generally how to identify how that it is network and it is a host portion in an address? I didn't get it, sir. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, I
Generally,
got.
if yes, sir.
Generally, like we know so which is an IP address, which is a host portion. We know the IP address. So based on the IP
Yes, sir.
address, for when you see an IP address, check class. First
Okay.
check the which class it is. Is it a class A or class B or class C? So don't go with the class D and class C. Why? Because of class D is a multicast, class C is we don't use it. Okay, that is don't
Okay.
have any network and host portions. Unique
Okay, sir.
case. Okay, because of it is unique case. Next, based on the class, there is a network portion part is there, host part also there. For example,
Yes,
class
sir.
A, first part is network, remaining host parts. So we'll look at only first part, first octet, not first, okay, first octet only. Okay, if it is a class
Okay.
B, first two octets, you have to look at first two octets. If it is a class C, first three octets. Then we can understand both are in a same network or not. What is the network part? Another one is there, how system will recognize. We are telling we can understand directly. How system will understand really what is the network portion and host portion. This is for a general idea and how we can understand. How system will
Okay,
understand
sir.
by subnet mask. Okay, by subnet
Okay.
mask. So we use the subnet mask to understand. That is, we will go next anyway. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See like this. This is a class A. What to check? First octet only. Class A. First octet is network portion. Remaining are host portion. These are all host portions. Host portion. One variant is enough. One variant is enough. Not required. Exactly same or exactly different is not required. Remember that, guys. For example, this is a first one. It means for every device in the same logical network, every device in the same network or a same logical network, their network portion must be same. Remaining can be same or different. For example, I put a like this. Okay, no problem. See, I are following a sequence or maybe different part. It is no problem. No problem. Okay. A small difference is okay. Both are same, no problem. Both are look like same. Both octets are same, no problem. Why? Because here it is the difference. In octet, it is in any octet in a host portion. Any of the host portion having difference, no problem. Okay, that is good. Not, it should not be same as it is. Should not be there. Remember, like this is 10, 11. Okay, maybe 1. Both the pieces same IP. No network portion is good, very good. But host portion also same as it is. Danger. Okay, it is a danger. What is danger? It is a conflict. Your roll number, your
Okay,
friend
sir.
roll number is same. Then it is a called a conflict. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so because I am experienced with the roll number conflict. So what to do, guys? Better to give some difference. So that is enough. Not required. Every host octet must have a different, not required. Host octet, in a host octet, if only one host octet, then okay, that is we can easily understand. If you have a more than one host octets, then compulsory. No, it is not compulsory to be every octet must different one. One octet is enough. This is also good. It's not even a conflict. Why? Because there is a difference. Okay, it's like a some number in it. But class C is a first three are a network portions. You can see like a class C. I'm writing class C IP address. Okay. So these three are a must be same, no choice. Only this octet will change. Okay. How much? What are the number you put it? Between 0 to 254. Okay. No problem. So 1 to 254, anything is same. Okay. So try to understand this part. Okay. Say class A, first portions are same. AB can communicate. CPC, first portion is different. So they cannot communicate with A and B. Only this is about the C cannot communicate it to A and B. See, it is class C. First three portions must be same. First three portions must be same.
So, sir, the different class networks can't communicate with each other.
Different class of IP addresses, sorry, not different classes, different networks cannot communicate directly each other, directly. That's why I put at this point. If you have a different networks, different networks are there, so you want to make them communicate, you have to use a router. Okay, you have to use a
Okay.
router. Okay, class A, class B, class C, which is majorly used. That's we will discuss. Okay, guarantee.
Okay.
If we
Next
sir
one,
change
guys.
according, if we change
Tell me.
IP address manually,
I didn't get it. Tell me again.
if we change the IP address manually according to the next one, then it will communicate or not?
Okay, so I didn't get it, but I'll tell some mistakes will happen while you are giving an IP address. Okay, guys. So this is what I written here. Mistakes, general mistakes. For example, you want to put a 172.16. Okay, 10.1. I want to put a 16, but I put a 168 because of habitual things. 192, 168 is a more habitual to everyone. So what they will do, they will type 192, okay, but they will put a 168 immediately. So like a habitual mistakes, typo mistakes. Okay, and maybe because instead of 192, I put 172. So there is a mistake that happens when you are typing an IP address. What to do if you change that one IP address? So don't use a router. Router is when we have a specific physical and logical network here, and there is a specific and logical network is there. Both physical and logically separate networks are there. Then only we use a router. Okay, router is a internetworking device which connects and communicates between the two different networks, two or more different networks. Internetworking device. Okay, internetworking means communication between different networks. It is there. But in these cases, when you do mistakes while you are entering an IP address, what to do? If it is not communicating, then go to the system and change an IP address. For example, this is the mistake that is happened. I have to put 100. Everything is good, but I have to put a 100 here. Okay, so then I have to change 100. Instead of 100, I put 101. I have to change it to 100. We have to change. First of all, check the both the PC's IP address. Check the both the PC IP address. If they are not communicating each other, then check the both IP. First of all, try both are not communicating each other. Okay, so check their IP addresses and make sure that both are in a same network or not. If not there, according to your network, currently you are using network, you have to change an IP address. You have to change an IP address. It is a manual thing I am telling. Automatic, it is not like that. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you do mistakes, you have to correct it. So for every mistake, you can't put a router. Router is used to communicate between different networks, but only to the specific network to specific network, not mistake networks. Okay. Next one, guys, as I understand one question, if you are assigned a IP address manually, so if you change network, automatically you won't get it. But IP address can get automatically from DHCP server. So when you are connected to that network. Okay, so usually you don't mind about what is an IP address that time, whether communicate or not communicate. Okay, But how we are communicating? We are communicating through internet, through router to modem, modem to internet. So it's completely outside. So unique addresses kind of stuff. Okay, public IP address wise we are communicating. Okay. This is the part. Yeah. This is called a subnet mask. This is a subnet mask, guys. We understand. We can understand what is the network portion, what is the host portion, and we are telling directly both systems can communicate each other based on their network portion is same or not. Okay, but here it is. Okay, but here it is how system will understand. When you check an IP address, whenever you check an IP address, it shows IP address and subnet mask, right? When you see an IP address, it shows IP address and subnet mask, right? pip config is showing an IP address and the subnet mask. Why it is showing IP address and subnet mask? Because subnet mask must be configured to separate your network portion and host portion. Your subnet mask will divide your IP address into network portion and host portion. Exactly say subnet mask tell what is your network ID. If both the systems or all the systems their network ID same means this device network ID, this device network ID same, then we can communicate. Otherwise we can't communicate. How you know what is their network ID? Using subnet mask. Okay. This subnet mask use AND gate. Okay. AND gate truth table. This is called a AND operation. Okay. We use a AND operation kind of stuff here. We can do it. Okay. What is a subnet mask? Subnet mask tell what is your network ID. Okay. Subnet mask divide IP address into network and host portions using a AND gate operations. Okay. The default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. By default, your network portion and host portion, if you see, you can understand that the network portion is represent, okay, in a binary ones. Okay. Network portions represent ones, binary ones, whereas a host portion represent zeros, binary zeros. So that's why where is the network? There is a one. You can see it is. These are all network portions. It's a class C IP address. This is a class C default subnet mask. Can you see all are ones, 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 ones like this. So these are a entire subnet mask. This is zeros. Okay, zeros. This zero represent it is a how many zeros are there. So as many these zeros, that much of host portion it is. And how many ones are there? They are parallelly you will getting. Okay, so look at here, guys. So 255.255.0.0 means 181.81.0 8 zeros dot 8 zeros. Okay, so this is your default subnet mask. I will tell about a AND gate. What is this AND gate? Which is like a guys do not think you don't know. So you know already it is a 10th class mathematics only. Okay, as I remember. I don't know what maths you have studied. Okay. Insert. I need a small table. Table. First two are A, B, C. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need this table, but not this much big. It is very big table. The first one is A as an input, B as an input, Y as an output with an expression called A dot B. Okay. Okay. So this is better. I will put a AND gate operation and down. Okay. 0, 0. Output is 0. 0, 1 means if both any one of input is 0, output is 0. Okay. Any one of input is 0, output is 0. If both are input is 1, output is 1. So you can take an example, guys. It is I have one IP address and there is a subnet mask. I have an IP address and there is a subnet mask. So I convert this IP address into binary and subnet mask into the binary, and I do end operation. Then I got a network ID. Okay, and logical gate it is. AND gate operation on IP address and subnet mask gives network ID. Okay, so this is what is the subnet mask. What is subnet mask, guys? Simple. It will tell what is your network ID. It will divide your IP address into network and host portions. Okay, and we have a class A, class B, class C. Default subnet mask also there. Subnet mask can be changeable according to your requirement. Okay. Subnet mask can be changeable. But if you change subnet mask, network ID changes. Okay. So network ID changes. There is some concept, guys, because I'm not taking, so I'm giving in a single line. Okay, I'm not taking this concept, so I'm telling in a subnetting. When you get a subnet, automatically some people will get a What is subnetting? Subnetting means divide a single network into multiple small networks, multiple subnets networks. Okay, divide a single network means single IP network, not physical network, guys. Logical IP address network into small subnets by changing subnet mask. That's the point. Okay, so there is one line up is required, so that's I'm removing this part. Okay, so guys, that is about your subnet mask, and given a table for and operation is here. So this is the point, and the last point, not last one. There is a big story. It's not completed. So an IP address is one day completely. You will need at least 3 to 4 hours just for only IP address. That too, I'm not telling so many things. This is called a slash notation. A slash notation or a CIDR method. CIDR method. I put a N, okay, slash notation or a CIDR method. We can say prefix. Okay. What it is, it represents IP address. It represents subnet mask. Represent subnet mask. N means not that N, like small n, represents number of ones in subnet mask in binary format. You take 255.0.0.0, so it represents /8 because of 111.111.0.0. Sorry, 000.000. These are the default one, but still, like this is representatives as 16. Okay, just you have to convert into the binary. That's it. Okay, this is /24 because 8 are there. You take like this 255.255.128. Meaning is 25. 255.255.240. What is that meaning? /20. Okay, these are the some of example how it is represented. Okay, so you can write IP address when you are giving an IP address like this. For example, it is 192.168.1.112, and the subnet mask also you have to tell. For example, like this, or like this. Okay, IP address and subnet mask like this or like this. Like this or this. So I hope you got the point.
Sir, what
Okay.
we have to do here?
Nothing. When you are something you want to tell to someone in your team, you want to tell what is your IP address. You have to tell your IP address and subnet mask, or you can use this prefix size means like a CIDR method also. You can use it to tell. For example, you have an IP address. Okay, so this is a subnet mask for your IP address. Then what to tell /20 like this. If you
Can we
say
find our subnet mask by CMD
subnet mask,
using CMD command?
la- you can check the subnet. So when you are assigning an IP address, either when you are assigning an IP address to a device, either by a command prompt or maybe GUI mode, whenever you give an IP address, you must tell a subnet mask. Mostly we use default subnet mask. Sometimes different subnet mask also we can use it. Depends upon the network. Depends upon their network. It may be different than your usual. If you
Sir,
observe,
below subnet mark. Hello.
do not Windows. Okay. Windows. I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Below
Windows or
subnet marks, there is written primary DNS and secondary DNS in the router. What is that?
uh, yeah, five components of your IP address. That is, first one is IP address in Windows. First one is IP address. Next one is your subnet mask. Next one is default gateway. Okay, to communicate in your network, very important one is IP address. Second one is subnet mask. If you are using in a local network, means within the LAN communication, IP address and subnet mask. Subnet mask is to know what is your network ID. Network ID matches, both are in same network, so they can able to communicate. IP address to address anyone, right? The next one is default gateway. When you are communicating outside of your network, means there is a different logical network. So you don't know how to go outside, right? You are in a room and you want to communicate outside of your room, then I have to tell where how to go outside. Okay, this is the gateway. So if you go to some hotels, right, they will put a this is the washroom, this is the hand wash, this is the where you pay a bill. Okay, like this you will get a boards, right? Same way, this is the default gateway. Whenever you want to communicate outside of your logical network, you have to go through your default gateway. Okay, that is the default gateway address. Okay, they are telling this is the way you should go outside of your network. Your destination is not in your network and go outside of your network. Okay, so this is my network. My destination is not in my network. For example, ping, I am putting some different IP address which is not in my network. First of all, you try to send through default gateway and it didn't find and we got it a request timed out kind of stuff. Within the network, we may get it. Okay, if the device is there. This is 59. I will put 60. Maybe after me, anyone will get it. Or 58. Destination host not reachable. Okay, destination host not reachable. So I have, I think, two gateways now. So that's why destination host not reachable means the device is not there. That .60 device is not available. If it is available, I will get it. Maybe I'll try 58. Destination not available. I put one only. Okay. So for example, that is my default gateway. I'm pinging to that one to show you output. Guys, you got a reply from your destination PC. So that is, if you are getting reply from your destination IP address, means you are successful ping. Both way communication is good. You got a destination host not reachable from different thing, not from your destination, from your PC. Okay, either from your PC, you got a destination host not reachable, then device is off, the remote device, this device is turned off or disconnected or a wrong IP address. You got a request timed out. Request timed out means, okay, the IP address is not available, disconnected or shut down, maybe wrong IP address, maybe it is out of your network, means that you can't able to reach that device. You are getting these errors, that too. Okay. Yeah, this error also comes for a firewall related issues. Okay. So when you are trying to ping within the network, you try from, when you are trying to ping to your within the network, it is such in the local only. When you are when you are trying to out different network, it is the packets go through outside of your network through gateway. That is default gateway address. Next, when you check an IP address and when you are assigning an IP address, there is a DNS. Preferred DNS. What is this preferred DNS IP address? Guys, again, whenever you are open any domain, for example, facebook.com, youtube.com, studio.youtube.com, docs.google.com, learn.microsoft.com, w3schools.com. What is this? These are the different domains. These are the different domain you want to communicate. Google.com, facebook.com, gmail.com. There are different there are different servers with having some IP address. We don't know IP address of google.com. We don't know IP address of gmail.com, mail.gmail.com, so mail.google.com. We don't know IP address of www.youtube.com. We don't know IP address of facebook.com. Okay, so we are trying to access those things, but we don't know IP address. So what will happen? This DNS, preferred DNS address will tell who is your DNS server. Preferred DNS server and alternate DNS server addresses. These addresses will tell us who is your DNS server. So whenever you don't know IP address of google.com, IP address of w3schools.com, automatically it will send a request. What is the IP address of youtube.com? What is an IP address of www.facebook.com? What is an IP address of instagram.com? What is an IP address of java.tpoint.com? Okay, so what is a DNS server? DNS server tell you what is an IP address of your address. Okay, your remote host with a name. You're trying to communicate with a name. We can't communicate with a name. We need an IP address. Who will tell? DNS server. How do you know where is your DNS server? Preferred DNS. Okay, this is the thing. It's actually very good question. It is. You must know what are these all these things. When you check IP address, guys, when you check the IP address, if it is showing DHCP server address, means you got IP address from DHCP server first of all. You have got an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, and the DHCP server's IP address is showing here. This is a DHCP server's IP address. Who given this IP address? Okay, who given this IP address? That is DHCP server address. I think so. You got somewhat information, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. So finally, you ask very good question. That is, so compulsory. You should know what we have, what you know. That is compulsory. You should understand.
Yes, sir. One more thing. What is MTU?
MTU, maximum transmit unit, maximum transmission unit. It's around 64-bit. Generally, your segment size, and it is maximum 1500 bytes support. So each packet means when you are delivering a packet, so you can send a number of packets, but each part maximum transmission unit is 1500 bytes by default. Total package 1500 bytes only. So you have to segment your data according to that information. Maximum transmission unit.
రమేష్ గారు చెప్పండి నీకు చెప్పండి వచ్చారా అదే వెళ్తాను అని అన్నారు మీరు మాట్లాడండి లేకపోతే వెళ్తాను అని అన్నారు చెప్పండి ఓకే ఓకే
I told so much story in second half, right? Even it is a small, but it is so many are there. But 2-3 stories are there. So let me complete those stories. Guys, I said host portion, network portion, and all. Sir. I'm taking one network here. Look at here, I'm taking a one network. My network size is like a class C I'm taking, just for our understanding. Class C I'm taking. This is the first IP address in a class. So here I'm trying to say, guys, in IP address range, an IP address means one IP address range. Okay, so this is the one IP address, and this is the last. Sir. Okay, this is start. This is called a network ID. So this is the last one in the sequence is called a broadcast ID. So I will tell what is this. Not complete. Okay, this is the first valid host. What is the first valid host? Okay, host IP address. It means from here you can assign an IP address. We can't assign this. We can't assign this. We cannot assign not assigned to any host. Okay, same goes with the last one. Okay, we can assign from here 192.168.10.2. This is second one. You know, keep goes because I can't type everything. 168.10.254. You know, this is last valid host IP address. These are all we can able to assign an IP address. Okay. Yeah, it is gone, but okay. Somewhere you have to arrange. So this is the range, guys. You can see this is the IP address range 0 to 255. This is the last one. So why it is the last one? Why it is broadcast? So can you see this? What is the next IP address? Is not 256. Okay, it is a 11.0. Again, it is another network ID for different networks. So your network is in between this range only. Your network is in between this range only, not in this range. Okay. This is again different network. Yes, if you count 0 to 255, 0 to 255, but how many IP address we are actually using? 1 to 254 means if you have a 1 to 254 IP addresses means you can assign IP addresses means you can have in one single network, in this one single network, you can connect 254 devices. You can connect 254 devices. See guys, how many network portions? Only one network portion. Sorry. How many network portions? 3 network portions, 1 host portions. Host portion represents the number of hosts in the network, right? This is completely one network portion, host portion by default. 0 means 8 zeros. 2 to the power of 8 minus 2 means it is a 256 minus 2, 254 number of devices you can connect in the single class C network, in this one or next one. If it is a class C, in one single network you can connect 254 devices. So you ask a question, right? So why we need this kind of stuff, guys? For each, what is the difference or what is the best one? Guys, you have a 50 computers class C, you have 100 computers class C, you have 200 computers class C, you have 300 computers then class B. You have 300 computers class B. Here, class B subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. So 8 zeros plus 8 zeros. So 2 host portions. 2 host portions means 8 plus 8, 16 minus 2. It is around 65,536 minus 2. It is 65,534 devices means 300 computers, 500 computers, 1,000, 5,000, 65,000. Like that you can connect up to 65,534 computers. You can connect in a single logical network. Single logical network. That's why we are divided the networks. This is one of the reason. Network size changes. So network size reduces, host size increases. Network size increases, host size decreases. See, number of hosts is a 3, means 2 to the power of 1, sorry, 2 to the power of 24 minus 2. Okay, it is a 16,777,216 minus 2. This is a 16 million devices we can connect. 16 million devices we can connect it, or a 1,67,000, sorry, 1,67,77,000 devices we can connect in a one single class A network. Okay, this is the where we are using different classes. Number of devices. Okay, good. Each octet is 8-bit, right? Each octet is 8-bit. How many hosts are there in the class C? Host 8. Only one, right? So it means 8, 1 octet. This is a 1 octet, means 8 bits. Or you can see here 0. 0 means 8 zeros. 2 to the power of 8 is taken like that. Same host means 2 octets. 2 octets means each octet is 8, 2 octets 16, 2 to the power of 16 minus 2. Or you can see 0 0 means this is the 8 zeros, this is 8 zeros in binary. Okay, this is 3 host, 3, 8 into 3, 24. Or you can see 3 zeros means each 0 8 bit, so 24. Like that you can able to do it. Okay. What is left over? The private IP address range. That's I will close for a private IP. So NATPAT I don't tell. Okay, guys. So if you are using a class A, class B, class C, why this much difference? Why this is psycho? B. Okay, so this is a overall range I'm writing, guys, not valid range. So total range I'm writing. So this entire 10 series is comes under private IP. Means any person, anytime they can use it. I will tell the difference, guys. What is the private IP? What is private IP address? It is a non-routable in public. In public. Public means internet. Public means internet, means your IP address is not works outside of internet, means outside network it is. Your internet in public network, okay, it won't work. So that is a here private IP address. Okay, So this is also ranges is good. Okay, this is the default subnet mask, guys. This is the total number of valid host. This is class A, class B, class C ranges. This is network and host portions by default. Okay, and this is the private IP addresses. So we are all using internally private IP addresses only to communicate in public, means internet need IP address. What IP address? Public IP address, sorry. Need a public IP addresses. You have to buy a public IP address normally. So public IP addresses are not free. Private IP addresses free, public IP addresses. Anyone can use private IP address without any license or payment, without any license or a cost. Anyone can use private IP addresses without any license or a cost, but for a public, you have to. Okay, have to pay for use monthly or yearly. You have to pay for a public IP addresses. These are the some points, guys. You have a NAT and PAT technique is also there. Okay, so NAT network address translation. NAT port address translation, also called as NAT overload. Network address translation. Okay, guys. NAT PAT techniques. Use it to communicate inside, means your LAN or a private, to outside, means your internet kind of stuff. Okay. NAT is a one-to-one type, means one private IP to one public IP kind of stuff. Means you have a 10 private IP addresses, means you have a 10 devices, for example. So you need a 10 public IP addresses. Okay. PAT is many to one. That is not exactly, but still it is, you can overload. Okay, many to one type means you have a 10 private IP addresses are there, for example, or means 10 devices, 10 private IP addresses to one public. Okay, so it is, we are overloading on it. So how it is possible? Using address technique. I'm not explaining more, so just that is enough. Just to know names. Okay, not bad. Okay, these are about your IP addresses, guys. Again, once again, the last minute. Okay, so what is an IP address? Logical address, and what is a IP address? Uniquely identify a device in the network. It is not unique address, guys. If in case if you are unable to tell this big line, that is not even a big line. It is a maximum 4 words are there. Okay, if you are unable to tell complete line, don't tell. If you tell half of uniquely identify, it is wrong. Okay, if you say IP address is unique address, it is wrong. Okay, IP address is not unique. IP address is uniquely identified. To identify a device in the network, we use an IP address. Okay, so IP addresses can be changeable according to the network. So depends upon what network UR belongs to. Based on that logical network, IP address should be assigned. Every device must have an IP address to communicate in the network. We are all communicating with an IP address only. And we have IP address and MAC address. We don't communicate with a MAC address. We communicate with the IP address. While communicating, MAC address is also there, but we are not addressing with the MAC address. IP address is a logical, MAC address is a physical address. We can't change MAC address. We can change IP address. IP address having public and private, IPv4, IPv6 versions, both 32-bit and 128-bit. So MAC address is 48-bit, 12 hexadecimal, both are look like this one. Okay, and also go with the IPv4, IPv6 differences. I'm going with IPv4 only, guys. IPv4 is divided into 5 classes. 0 to 127, 128 to 191, 192 to 223, 224 to 239, and 240 to 255. IPv4 is 32-bit and it is divided into 4 parts. Each part is an 8-bit called an octet separated by dot. So we have a 4 octets. IPv6 is 128-bit. It represented an hexadecimal, and this is how it is like 32 hexadecimals. Each 4 hexadecimal numbers are created as a one block. Okay, yeah, so in IPv4 we have a 4 parts. Okay, first one called the first octet, second octet, third octet, fourth octet. Okay, so that is the point. So we have IP address ranges 0.0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255. Okay, so these are the IP addresses, and 0.0.00 is we are not using because it's a reserved IP address for certain services, and also 0 series we are not using. Localhost IP address 127.0.0.1, and an IPv6 it's a ::1. Use it for a self-testing and local service access purpose. Class A, Class B, Class C are unicast IP addresses which we are using in our regular communication. Class D is a multicast. It is used by certain services, so we don't use and we don't assign any IP address to. We don't assign to anyone. Okay, we can't assign. Can't assign to any kind of stuff. R&D also we are not using Class C. Again, Class A, Class B, Class C. Which class my IP address is belongs to depends upon their first octet, and compare with the first octet with the ranges. So you will recognize which class it is. And each IP address is divided into network portion and host portions. If both the IP address network portion is same, so those devices will communicate with each other. Or their network ID is same, then they will communicate each other. How to find both the PCs are having a same network? So first check the what class it is and compare with their network portions. If both the devices network portion is same, they will communicate each other. Host portion is different, network portion must be same for a same network. What is a subnet mask? Every time there is an IP address with a subnet mask. Okay, So subnet mask will tell what is your network ID by using a AND operation. Okay, and subnet mask divide your IP address into network portion and host portions. Subnet mask use AND gateway to find your network ID. Okay, like this. So this is what subnet mask it is. What is subnet mask? It will tell what is your network ID, divide your IP address into network and host portions. Okay, these are the default subnet masks, guys. Class A, Class B, Class C. Class A 255.0.0.0, Class B 255.255.0.0, Class C 255.255.255.0. Okay, and here it is. We can represent while you are writing an IP address, guys. You write an IP address and a subnet mask like this. Or you can write an IP address like this as per the system or a requirement. You can also write like this. Meaning is this is a slash notation represent how to write a subnet mask. It represents a subnet mask. Okay, this represents subnet mask. What is that number? It is number of ones in the subnet mask. Whenever you convert your subnet mask into binary, in that one you can find numbers ones, that is, and zeros. Okay, the ones represent network portion, and that is what we are writing like this. Okay, this is the complete range of an IP address, one network. This is a complete range of IP network. IP network range, actually not IP address range, it is one IP network range. So for example, you take this one because it's a class C, the number of hosts are less, number of network portions are high. So that's why you are getting from this one 1 to 254. This is the your network. Sorry, this is here we can assign these IP addresses, we can assign to the devices. The 0 and 255 we cannot able to assign. Way to use gate and what purpose. The default gateway is represent to if you are want to communicate outside like google.com, facebook.com, youtube.com. These are all outside of your local network. So how your system knows which side you have to go and check it, right? It is not in your PC, it is not intranet, it is outside of network. So default gateway which is useful. Okay, end gate you are telling. Okay, so again I'm telling. Okay, no problem, guys. End gate is a logical gate, guys. End gate, OR gate, NOR gate, XOR gate. These are all logical gates. So these logical gates are used to find what is your. Okay, these are the logical gates in your computing. Okay, AND gate is specifically we are not using anything. We are manually we are not using every day in communication, but system uses this AND gate operation between your IP address and subnet mask to find a network ID. This is an IP address, this is a subnet mask, and this is our network ID. How we got a network ID? Like this. Okay. Yeah, that's more enough than a day, guys. This is the private IP addresses. Try to read. Okay.
Hello.
Private IP addresses. Yeah, tell me.
So, can you tell me the role of service desk in an organization?
What is the role of service desk? Yeah, actually tomorrow I will start anyway. Service desk. We didn't start, right? So, what is the service desk role? Exactly. Say you will get a request like or maybe incident report or maybe alert from a monitoring or a client will tell you I got this issue networking related. It can be a networking related or maybe hardware related or maybe mail servers related mail communication related, based on their projects, guys. What is their backend? So based on their project, their applications related. Okay, so of course depends upon your project and your team. So you have to deal with that issues. What are the issues occur? So you have to understand what is an issue, and you have to give some initial support. Okay, and what are the necessity things, like what are the things you have to do it, you have to do it. Okay, that's a simple thing. Okay, it is a entry, best entry, one of the best entry to IT industry. Okay, later you can, whatever you, that is your good. Okay, mainly it is you have to deal with what are the issues occurred at, there's two locations, either issues from client side or maybe at infrastructure side, means from your organization infrastructure side issues can be there, or maybe from client side issues also there. Means client will give you a complaint, this some code is not working, application is not working, server is we can't able to access, kind of stuff. Okay, sometimes request also there, not only a issue, means problem related, means like incident and problem. Generally, these are the required things.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, like in our, some people are also working there. I need a virtual machine in the AWS cloud, like, so I will create it for a client. I will give all the links access to the client. Okay, so this kind of stuff. Different requests are there. Okay, access permissions. Yeah, that is enough.